Buddha.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. How's everybody's weekend going? How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's off season going? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. Let's continue growing this channel. Hit those heart emojis down there at the bottom. If you're watching this on X, come over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button and join in on the conversation. So, off season's here, but even though the off season's here, speculations are already happening. There's already predictions already happening. This is the time of year where people are going to be putting out reports, whether or not they're true or not true. Just be aware, right? There's always going to be a lot of clickbait. So just do be aware of that type of stuff. So don't take every story, every news as real. There's going to always be these stories of like, this team is interested, that team is interested. Of course they are, right? Every team is going to check on every player. It's just the way it goes. And they're not, and no team's, owner or front office, general manager, right? They're not going to come out and tell you what exactly their game plan is going to be. I mean, they'll give you some, they'll give you an answer, but they're not going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. So just to throw it out there. And, big news, Roki Sasaki, Japanese pitcher, was posted. So better believe that there's going to be a lot of teams interested. The Dodgers are already being named the favorites to land Roki Sasaki, and understandably so. I get it. If he was to sign with the Dodgers, would I be shocked? No, I wouldn't be shocked. Could I, are the Yankees interested? Yankees are, I'm sure, interested. So are the Mets. Let's see what happens. It's going to be another great offseason. So as far as word players signed, so let's see what happens, folks. But let's see what's up to the chat real quick. We got Desiree in the building. What's up, Desiree? Jacob Petruzzi, what is going on, Jacob? How's it going? Good morning to you. Ken, good morning. How are you there, Ken? What's going on? Dev Finch, what's up? Dev Finch, how's it going? Nosebleed section, what's going on, man? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. What is going on, Nosebleed? My sound is choppy, for real? What's up, Merc So Saucy? I haven't seen you in a minute either, man. Okay. The weather here is fine. What's up, Bronx Bombers? I see you. Is my sound still coming in pretty choppy? I'm choppy. Okay, I don't. Hold on. Hey, Cold Italian Pizza. How you doing? What's up? What's going on, man? What's going on, Cold Italian Pizza? How you feeling? Hold on. Let me know if my mic is if I'm still coming in choppy. Yeah, I muted the mic because I just wanted to check the settings. Like everything is fine on my end, unless if it's on StreamYard. That would be that's my speculation. So I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on. I do apologize. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me see Let me see if I can. I apologize. I don't know what is going on. Is it still coming in kind of choppy? What about now? All right, Lou is telling me it's good. Okay, Ken is telling me it's good. Let me get some. Let me get some more people telling me it's good. How we doing? Is it still coming in choppy? Coming in fast? What's the deal? Okay, Brad is telling me good. D Rod, I see you in the chat. Jake Boss, what is up? Are we sounding are we am I sounding a lot better? All right, Bronx Bombers tell me I'm good. Okay. All right. Well, that was weird. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I don't know what was going on. So I had to refresh my page to see if that would solve anything. So it sounds like most of you are saying it's good. Okay. Cold Italian Pizza giving me the thumbs up. Let me know. Let me know everybody else. I'm assuming I sound okay. So nosebleed section saying I'm okay. All right, cool. I appreciate your patience. That's never happened before. So I was trying to see everything. are. I was just trying to see if everything was good on my end. Everything checked out normal. It could have just been. It could have just been StreamYard. So I had to refresh the page a little bit. So I do apologize about that. So cool. All right. So let's get back into what I was trying to talk about. So um so Roki Sasaki, guys and gals, he's been posted, right? He's gonna be signing with one of the Major League Baseball teams. Uh what do you all think? Do you all think the Yankees have a chance, or should we as fans like even not get excited about Roki Sasaki? Now he's a great pitcher, right? He had good numbers at Japan, but it already sounds like people are already favoring the Los Angeles Dodgers to to sign Roki Sasaki. Which hey, listen, I could see it. A lot of the Japanese pitchers would probably want to go to California, or probably stay on the West Coast. That would be their preference, but you know, I don't know that the Yankees are going to sign Sasaki. I'll be honest with you. Um, I don't know who will sign them, or sign him, should I say? I would say the Dodgers definitely are in play. They have a big, they're definitely the big favorites. I could see I could see the Padres. Yeah, I agree with you, D Rod. I could see the Padres because I did read that he was good friends with you, Darvish. So there might be a connection there. Seattle Mariners could be a possibility. Um, you know, there's a lot of teams that there's mainly like the West Coast teams. I feel like have the best chance on it. If we're gonna be honest, and yeah, Lou. I mean, I don't. Murakami is the guy that I would want. I mean, that is a position that is in need is first base because we don't know what's going to happen with first base, and um, you know, Murakami's an option, right? There was also uh, who else? Christian Walker. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of names off the top of my head. First base is going to be a need, but I, you know, Ken is saying Yankees are not going for him. Murakami is where they will spend the IFA fund. Yeah, you're probably right on that. You're definitely right on that. So Murakami would be a need. He could play first and third base. He's got good numbers. The Yankees need a bat like that on the um, on their roster. So the situational hitting is going to be really important. So another area where the Yankees are going to be aggressive is the bullpen, and the Yankees have been linked to some names, but we'll see how aggressive they're going to be with these names. Rodney is in the building. What up, Ronnie? Yeah, my head is afraid of a lot of things, so don't mind me. Yeah, everyone has a chance until they don't. You're right, but it's like Juan Soto saying that he's available to all 30 teams. But let's be honest, there's only going to be a select few teams that are capable of signing Juan Soto. And we'll talk about Juan Soto, right? He's the big name in this free agency. 29th in IFA money. Okay, I did not know that, but thanks for sharing that. Come and take it. I'll be waiting. Yeah, Murakami would be my choice too. But if it's not Murakami, like I said, I wouldn't mind Christian Walker. As far as in-house, I mean, I don't think. Look, I don't think Ben Rice is ready. I don't think. TJ Rumfield is it's probably not going to be him, although he's a legitimate first baseman. So just so you know, the Dodgers management may want Soto, but we Dodgers fans don't want him. Hey, Mike, you know what? Juan Soto is going to make that decision himself as far as what team he wants to play for. I want him back with the Yankees. If you as a fan don't want Soto, that's all you, man. That's all you. Um, that you're entitled to your opinion. Do I think? Well, the Yankees did reportedly they checked in on Pete Alonso. Uh, he could be a plan B. That's all I'm going to say to that. He could be a plan B if they don't sign Juan Soto. That I can see. Yeah, I know there's a heavy Los Angeles community in Mexican community in Los Angeles. I do understand that, but that's not going to just because Juan Soto isn't Mexican though. I mean, he could still sign with the Dodgers, sure. You got players on that team that are not Mexican. I mean, right? Like Kike Hernandez was on that team. Teoscar Hernandez was on that team. Neither one of those guys are Mexican. I don't think it really matters what um, too much. If that was the case, then like a guy like Roki Sasaki, he should have signed with one of the West Coast teams since the West Coast teams are or in the West Coast there's a big Japanese population, so it doesn't matter honestly. Well, again, yeah, it's on Soto though, depending on how much he wants to get paid. I mean, the Dodgers are gonna look in. They're gonna check in. They're gonna look in and see if they if they can sign Soto. I mean, they're capable. All right. I'm not gonna count them out. Just like I'm not. We're definitely not counting out the Mets. I mean, Steve Cohen is gonna fly out to California to go meet with Juan Soto. Hal Steinbrenner is gonna do the same thing. So there's a lot at play, and another player I think is that's out there right now is Corbin Burns. Where is he going to sign? Honestly, he could sign. He could sign with the Mets. I could see him signing with the Mets. I could see. Maybe he goes to the West Coast, right? Um, Baltimore could sign him back. I mean, they're under new ownership. So I think this new ownership might be good for him. So I could see him. I could see Corbin Burns signing back with the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah, ultimately, I don't think it's going to be the Dodgers. I think it's going to come down to the Mets and Yankees, plain and simple. Um, yeah, I think it'll come down to the Mets and Yankees. Maybe the Phillies. Sure, the Phillies ownership did say that they are, that they're looking to spend in this free agency. So in this off season, so the Phillies could be a possibility. They're not afraid to spend. The ownership is not afraid to spend. And speaking of the Phillies, Don Mattingly's son, Preston Mattingly, was promoted to GM. Just thought I'd mention that. So congratulations to him, John the Beagle Dad. What's up? All teams will check in on free agents. They want or couldn't afford a player, saying they're out on players not allowed under. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. I do understand that. Teams are going to check in on all free agents just to see what's out there and see what the price tag is and what it is that the player's looking for, what the agents are saying. I mean, yeah. So teams are just doing their due diligence. So that's never a surprise. Put it this way: there are more Japanese people than Dominican. I could bet you anything on that. You don't need to bet me on anything. I'm fully aware of this, dude. I'm fully aware of what part of the country has which people. I mean, it's just because a player is from a certain country. I think It doesn't matter where they play. It's a matter if they want to sign with that team. So it's not gonna stop them. It doesn't matter what the demographic is in that particular area. He was checking on Soto. Yeah, no. Again, that's why I was saying at the beginning of the. That's why I was saying at the beginning of the show, like there's going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of reports coming out as far as Yankees or whichever team is interested in so and so. They checked in on so and so. I mean, you can't you got to take sometimes you got to take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, Li, I'm not going to read into your trade proposals there, buddy. But good morning to you, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're having a good day. But there's already a lot of speculations, right? Already a lot of speculations this offseason. We'll see what happens during the winter meetings. But I do think ultimately, look, I do think that the Yankees will sign Juan Soto back. I do feel pretty good about that. He played for the Yankees first season. He got to experience a full season with the Yankees. He got to experience the team, his teammates, the organization, playing in front of Yankees fans, playing at Yankee Stadium. He got that entire experience. So, I understand nothing is guaranteed. We all knew that he was going to test the market, which is his right to do so. So where he ultimately lands up, it's going to be totally up to him. It's his decision, and whatever money he finds that he finds reasonable. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with Juan Soto. But ultimately, I think he will sign back with the Yankees. Although there are some Yankees fans that that would rather spend that money elsewhere to spread that money around. And there's a lot of Yankees fans that think that Hal is not going to spend that money. He's not going to spend the money to sign Juan Soto back. But I beg to differ. And I've said this many times when it comes to Juan Soto. The Yankees have been trying to get him since 2022. When he was a member of the Nationals, they tried trading for him then. The Nationals didn't like the package. They tried getting him at the trade deadline in 2023 from the Padres. It didn't go down. The offseason came around, and they tried, they traded for him then. So they've been trying to go after him. And I say this, they're not going to Yankees didn't give up that package and get Juan Soto just for him to be a one-year rental. Again, they knew he was going to test the market. We all knew he was going to test the market, and why not? He's a generational player. He's a rare talent, and he's been in the majors for a long time. And he's 26 years old. He's in a perfect spot. So, yeah, the Cardinals I know are rebuilding, and they're trying to move salary. I like Helsley. I like Brendan Donovan. I do like Brendan Donovan. So I wouldn't mind those two guys. I know the Yankees are going to be heavily aggressive when it comes to the bullpen. They have a lot of bullpen. They have a lot of bullpen free agents. So I think a lot of those guys are not coming back. They did sign a lefty reliever yesterday, so it'll probably be a Matt Blake project. Ken was sharing that information with me yesterday, and I looked him up. Let's see let's see what happens there. There's always these bullpen moves that the Yankees make, and these so-called dumpster dives that the Yankees make end up being great for the bullpen. So, let's see what happens, right? And that lefty arm, I do forget his name. I do apologize, but he could be a replacement for Tim Meza. So we'll see. Yanks staying under the Cohen tax as much as possible next year. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to, and Hal said it, right? Hal said that he wants to try and stay under that threshold. And, for him, he said that it's not what's the word? Sustainable, right? It's not sustainable. And I do understand that, with the luxury tax, I mean, you hate to give up so much money every year to smaller teams, and those smaller teams, the owners don't spend money on the roster; it just goes straight into their pocket, and it's so frustrating. And Li saying Hal will spend the money. People thinking that because of he's not George. Yeah, he's not. Well, I'm not gonna get into an argument about if he's better than George or not better than George. Hal is working under different circumstances, different conditions. So, as far as signing every player and, spending that money, it's different than George's time. All right. We're not going to compare. At least I'm not going to compare. If you want to, you can. Lars Nootbaar, that's a player. That's another good player. I do like that player a lot. I wouldn't mind. I do like Lars Nootbaar. That's another name I like. But Brandon Donovan, though, that's a name that's been mentioned a lot, especially by Jason from 161. He's been talking about Brandon Donovan for a long time, and why not? I mean, he's a good bat. So, if the Yankees traded for him, he could be a good bat. He could potentially be a leadoff guy, right? Potentially be a leadoff guy. Yankees are going to need a player that can lead off because, I still say Torres is not coming back. I doubt it. I think Gleyber Torres is going to go to the West Coast. I would say Seattle is that team that I'm thinking of. I know other folks are thinking Seattle as well. I don't know what other team is out there. Maybe the Detroit Tigers. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Padres. Just to throw a team out there. Yeah, and Caleb Durbin, yeah, he's killing it in the Arizona Fall, right? In the AFL. Yeah, he's killing it. So Caleb Durbin could be a guy that's called up. Brian Cashman did mention him during that interview during the general manager meeting. So I could see a possibility of Caleb. I mean, Caleb Durbin could get called up. He's been killing it for sure. That's a name that's been talked about. I remember, guys who focus a lot on Yankees prospects. I mean, he's been highly valued. So that's a name that's worth bringing up. I mean, he's been fantastic in this season. So if we are over the course of the season, we'll be fine 30% next year at 50% level. This is why we need to be. Yeah, well, 30%, 50. I mean, 50% is insane. That is just absolute insanity. But yeah, I can't say I could blame Hal for trying to stay under the threshold. And I know a lot of people. I know there's a lot of folks out there that want to say, "Oh, well, the Yankees made this much money in revenue," but I don't think And Ken and I, we've talked about it. I know Jason's talked about it. Revenue and profit is not the same. All right. It's not the same. Revenue is not the same as profit. So, a lot of people want to throw out the whole, Yankees made $700 million and, they could spend the money, but it's revenue. It's not the same. It's not the same. So, they have expenses too, believe it or not. So it's still a business. They got the baseball teams. I mean, they're still a business. They have to operate like a business. It's not like they could just go out and spend money wherever they want. They gotta be smart about how they spend. Torres is going where he gets paid most, as they all do. Yeah, Robinson Cano did that. He went to Seattle. Honestly, I was one of those. I was one of those fans that was not really. I wasn't sad when he left. I'll be a little sad with Gleyber Torres because I say he's a good player. I think he's a good player, but it's complicated with him because he's a good. The second half of the season, we saw what he did, and that was a Gleyber Torres that I knew, right? That we all know, and he made a lot. First half of the season, he wasn't spectacular. Made a lot of mistakes, but second half, absolutely killed it. And I hope it was enough for him to get the contract that he's looking for, the money that he's looking for, whatever that money is. Mike Lopez is saying that the Blue Jays and Royals are linked to Torres. I mean, yeah, those are possibilities. I would hate for him to go to a rival, but it could potentially happen. Yeah, they could win the Yankees can easily win with a 200 with a payroll of under 270 million, no doubt. Nope. I definitely was not sad. I'm in the minority on this one. Well, he's had good regular seasons as well. I mean, he played well in the second half of the regular season. He's added some value to the team at times, right? But yeah, there was also times where you were absolutely frustrated with him. But Cano was a much better. I do agree. Cano was a much better player, but I just didn't. With the contract that was given to him, I'm like, all right, see you later. I like Cano. I don't dislike the guy. I liked him, but for the money that he was trying to get, I'm glad the Yankees didn't spend that money. I'll be honest with you. Alfonso Soriano, he was okay. He was good, but he wasn't like my favorite. He wasn't my favorite, so Torres is a player that we always needs to be motivated and Boone, and the Yankees do not do that. So he got benched and that lit a fire under him. That did light a fire under him. He got moved to the leadoff spot. So I don't know if I agree with that statement. Yeah, he got paid, and honestly, look, the rest of his career didn't quite work out for him. Yeah, exactly. Cano, no hustle, refused to run balls out to. Right, exactly. That was my frustration with him. Damian Serrano, what's up, man? Bro, I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Yeah, Li, yeah, that story came out yesterday of Reggie Jackson stepping down. So now there's going to be speculation as to if he's going to come back to the Yankees organization. Yeah, I would agree. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But real quick, folks, we're over a half hour into the live stream, so make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 1,200 subscribers. So if you're watching this for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and join in on the conversation. So I like all of them. I like the Rocket. I like the Moose. I like Andy Pettitte. Absolutely. And if I had to pick out of those three, I mean, it's a tough choice. It would be between Roger Clemens and Andy Pettitte, but I'll probably go Andy Pettitte because he came up with the Yankees and had a lot of success, and so did Roger Clemens. Don't get me wrong, man, but Andy Pettitte was that lefty specialist. Andy Pettitte was the man. Yeah, well, D-Rod, you know what? You probably won't be a Yankee next year, so good news for you. You'll sleep better. Yeah, you were depressed. I know, man. I know, dude. You can't. Yeah, I understand you were depressed. Yeah, I'm not going to go back and revisit the World Series. I'm not going to revisit that Game 5. But when it was over, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm not watching this anymore, or I'm not going to talk about it. I talked about it with Ace on his channel. So, but that was about it. After that, I really didn't overwhelm myself or think about it too much. Just because, the results are not going to change. I'm not going to dwell on it. I mean, was I upset about the result? Of course I was. It was disappointing, but I moved on. I'm like, all right, off season, here we come. Let's focus on the off season. Let's just see what comes out. You and me both, man. You and me both. What up, sweet baby? Yeah, Clemens was nasty. Clemens was just an absolute beast on the mound. Oh, David Wells was good too. I mean, that David Wells, did great things for the Yankees. He pitched that perfect game in '98, and he ultimately got traded to the Blue Jays for Clemens in that trade. They sent Clemens and I believe it was Homer Bush, and the Yankees got Clemens back in that trade. Yeah, Boomer was great, man. Yeah, well, yeah, Wells. Yeah, he had a few screws loose in his head, but he was still good though. Still a good player. I know he was a problem for the Yankees in the clubhouse. I mean, just from some of the things that I heard and some of the stories. Oh, what up there, Jigga? What up, Celso? How's it going? He said, what it do, fam? Drive-bys, likey, smack. Thank you. Yeah, smack the like button. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Hopefully you're all good. Hey, AOG, what's going on? That's what's so good about the old teams. We had a bunch of nut jobs. We just wanted to. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. You know what, man? I know how good Yankees fans have it. I know the thing is the Yankees, as Yankees fans, right? The fan base, spoiled. All right, they're spoiled. All right, because yeah, they haven't won a World Series in 15 years now. But I know a lot. There's people in this chat that has seen a lot of World Series. I've seen 5. And to say that I saw 5 is awesome. But 15 years is still long. Let's hope. I hope the team looks, better next season. I mean, the 2024 Yankees was a good team. I mean, they did make it to the World Series. I know people want to make excuses. There's fans that want to make excuses. But yeah. Yeah. So, let's. He does. He does. Fans love him. I mean, I liked him. We have first world problems. Never ever experienced a World Series contending team. Fan base so miserable. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I saw highlights on that. But yes, indeed. Some good times back then. Some good times, but you know, we must move on now. But look, there's I can't wait till there's news with these free agent signings. I can't wait to see what trades are going to go down. Um, yeah, I'm not complaining about Boone coming back. I mean, it's not a shocker that he's brought back. Even before the Yankees announced it, I mean, there was already people saying, "Oh, well, he's going to be brought back." I knew he was going to be brought back. Boone, he did do a good job in the postseason. He did do a good job in the postseason, but other folks may think otherwise. So, yeah, I don't know what happens beyond 2025. Yeah, not sure what happens beyond 2025. His 2025, he'll be a manager. Beyond that, we'll see. I mean, I haven't heard anything about the Yankees giving him some sort of extension. I know the Yankees organization really likes him. Brian Cashman is a fan of him. I know Hal likes him, so he could still remain a Yankee beyond 20 or Yankees manager beyond 2025. It just kind of, it depends, right? It depends on how things play out. That's what I say. But when they made it to the postseason, especially they made it to the World Series, I was like, yeah, he's coming back. Yeah, Boone, it could be. Cashman, if Cashman's not the GM, he'll probably serve some other role in the organization. What role that is, I don't know. But I think he's still gonna serve some type of role in the Yankees organization. What kind of role I don't know. But Boone, yeah, he could be gone after 2025. Could be. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how 2025 plays out. I love Juan Soto. He's very important, but he makes me cringe. I hear some people act like the Yankees brand isn't bigger than a player. I feel you. Yeah, but D-Rod, I mean, players have to like each other. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be times where they argue or they get into a fight, not physical, but you know it's important to have that team chemistry. But yeah, look, I think Juan Soto, honestly, I think Juan Soto will be back with the Yankees. All right. I mean, if I had to do my predictions, and yeah, predictions sound familiar. Pre-games, I miss doing those pre-games. But I think Soto ultimately, I think he comes back to the Yankees. Not to say that the Mets don't have a chance of signing him, because the Mets could sign him. Of course they can. It's Steve Cohen, right? Pete Alonso, you know, if the Yankees don't, or if the Mets don't sign Alonso, I could see him. I could see them going after Soto, or if they sign Soto, they're not going to go after Alonso. But I see Alonso. You know what? I'm going to say he goes. I'm going to say he goes back to the Mets. You and me both there, Li. You and me both. I don't want him either. And Yankee Kyle, what is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I mean, Dave Roberts, man, he's been a Dodgers manager for a long time, and the majority of those years they haven't won championships. That's pretty much where I'm at. That's pretty much where I'm at. Or this was the comment. That's where I'm at, Ken. Soto comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, then put the big boy pants on and move on. Exactly. That's where I'm at right now. Yeah, but Christian Walker, I wouldn't mind him for like as a stopgap, like a 1 year, or you give him a 1 year contract with like a option for year 2. I wouldn't sign him to anything longer than that. I mean, he's a little bit older now. It's just who else is out there for first base as far as out of the externally outside the organization. But I think Walker comes with a QO, so I don't know that the Yankees would entertain that. No, the rumors are true. That's not a rumor. It's been reported. Hey, Joe, what's going on? Good morning to you. Well, that's a problem, D-Rod. I mean, I've worked with people that didn't like me and I didn't like them. Oh well, I went about my business, and there are people that I worked with that we got along great, and we had success. So yeah, Murakami's ideal for sure. Giants suck. Just talking speculations. Right now I'm just kind of giving my take on where players I think are going to sign. I think Soto goes to the Yankees. Alonso goes back to the Mets. Corbin Burns, I think ultimately he's going to sign back with the Orioles since they're under new ownership. Torres, I'm going to say Seattle for Gleyber Torres. I would love to have Tanner Scott. Understand is once we spend most of our capital on Soto, don't expect much more moves. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna any other money that they spend, it's gonna be on the bullpen prop more than likely. And if they're gonna make other trades for other positions, it's probably gonna happen it's probably gonna be in a trade. So they'll be active in the trade market, I feel. But they are gonna be aggressive with the bullpen, and they're gonna have to be. They're gonna have to be because a lot of those guys are free agents, and most of those guys are probably not coming back. Not in my area. Hey, Nitin Ramachandra's in the building. What's up, man? What is going on? How's your day going? You got the Mets getting Alonso and Burns. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, I think Alonso ultimately goes back, signs with the Mets. I think he's back with the Mets. You're talking about Bregman? I don't want Bregman. Poor season. His conditioning was poor. Yeah, but he may not. He's not going to cost you as much though. Alonso to the Astros. Soto, who knows? Yeah. If Hal doesn't bring back Juan Soto, no one will replace him. Yeah, look, like I said, the Yankees are going to do everything they can to sign this guy back. It's not. They're not going to just. They didn't just trade for him just to trade for him. AOG. I listen. I never wanted Bregman, even when he was playing well. So there you go. That's me though. I can't speak for other fans. I know other fans want him. I don't. I never have. So what up, Mr. Coconuts? Alex Verdugo. You know what? That's a good question. Where does Alex Verdugo go? He won't be back with the Yankees. That much I do know. Well, Giancarlo Stanton has a no trade clause, so he can't be traded. And I doubt the Yankees are going to trade him because the Marlins are going to kick in some of that money on his contract. So that's not going to happen. The Phillies, maybe Ken is saying the Reds. I know the Phillies are trying to trade a few of their players. They said they're open to trading these guys. So yeah, Verdugo to the Phillies. That's possible. Well, they can't trade Stanton because Stanton has a no trade clause, and Stanton has to accept it. He has to accept the team that he's going to be traded to. He could veto any trade. AOG, you're entitled to your opinion. If you're one of those fans that wants Bregman, by all means, that's on you. I'm not really wanting him. That's me personally. Again, that's just my opinion. I really hope they don't go cheap and go, yeah. But isn't Gurriel like 40 years old? I mean, he's still hitting pretty well too. Yuli Gurriel. Yeah. Doogie going to the Cubs. Yeah, I don't see him. I definitely don't see him with an American League team. That much I will say. I don't see him with an American League team. National League, I see. I know some. The Reds were mentioned. Phillies. I could see that. I could see one of those teams potentially. Maybe he does go. Maybe he does go back to the Dodgers. Well, if you're talking about Giancarlo Stanton, that's if LA wants it. That's if LA wants him. I don't know if LA even would want Giancarlo. Yeah, isn't Larry Boa in his 70s? Yeah, no one's paying Stanton's contract. Yankees are on the hook for that. Marlins are eventually going to kick in. Their money's going to kick in, but he's not. Yeah, he's not. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Oh, Paredes for third base. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I know. He got traded during the deadline. Did the Yankees make a run? Yankees make a move for him? Yeah, watch. The Yankees are going to do some. They're going to make some move. that we're not going to expect. I mean, they're known to do that. I mean, Paredes he's under team control. He's not a free agent until 2028. Do the Cubs trade him though? Would the Cubs be interested in trading him? Yeah, and I could tell you it won't be Juan Soto being signed. Juan Soto's not going to make his decision until probably December. Yeah, Marlins kicking 30 million, 10 million for each of the next 3 years. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Agreed. Yeah, because he was good in Tampa. He was good in Tampa, and the Cubs were not a great team to begin with. Jeff McNeil for Cortez. Nah. Wanted who wanted who DFA'd in the offseason? You talking about Giancarlo? If you're talking about Giancarlo, I didn't want him DFA'd. That was everybody else. Yeah, that was a lot of fans that wanted to DFA Giancarlo Stanton. Look what Giancarlo Stanton did in the postseason. He was a big part of the reason why the Yankees made it to the World Series. He played a big role in the postseason. People forget, fans forget how well this guy plays in the postseason. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Li. The Yankees are stuck with him. He has a full no trade clause, and right now there's no team that's going to take on his contract. Enrique Hernandez, I mean, he's a good player. I don't know that the Yankees get him. A human being conversation as opposed to like a robotic. I mean, yeah, you can have a conversation with him, but again, I don't think he's going to get traded. At least not now. Again, he has a no trade clause. He has a full no trade clause. Like he wouldn't he would I know he wouldn't turn down the Dodgers, but I don't think the Dodgers would want him. And again, the Marlins' money is going to kick in. So like I said, Stan may have problems in the regular season. Yeah, yes, the Marlins they do lose the Marlins money because the Yankees are going to be on the hook for that. The Yankees are going to be on the hook for that. So why would they trade him? That makes absolutely zero sense. You know what? Let's make it happen, AOG. That's yep. But yeah, if the Yankees were able to trade Stanton, which I don't think is going to happen, yeah, they're gonna be they're gonna be responsible for that money. The Marlins are off the hook. AI conversation. Yeah, you're probably gonna have an AI conversation, no doubt, instead of a human conversation. I do agree with that. Yeah, the Padres are not. They're not gonna pay that money. They were in a financial situation. Last season or in the offseason last year. So whoa, what up, Nathan? He's Caleb Durbin, Will Warren, and Chase Hampton on that would be amazing. But I did want to announce this, and as always, I always appreciate Nathan and his team for getting guests on this channel. It's always greatly appreciated. But Wednesday at noon, I'm going to have Danny Espinoza on the show. So I don't know if you all are familiar with Danny Espinoza, but one of the teams he did play for was the Nationals. So I hope to see you all there. And yeah, Caleb Durbin, Will Warren, Chase Hampton, that would be amazing. Caleb Durbin, all three of those guys would be awesome. But man, Caleb Durbin, that would be cool just because his name has been brought up many times, and he could be your starting second baseman come next season. Yeah, there's a lot of fans saying Santander and Alonso. There's a lot of Yankees fans that are wanting Santander if for some reason Soto doesn't work out. Razil, what's up, man? He's saying, let's go, Yankees family. Slap the like. Help us get to 5K. One day. One subscriber at a time. You actually have faith in Hal to get Soto back in cash to make the smart moves this offseason? Yeah, I mean, I think there are just a few moves. They got to make a few smart moves. They got to replenish that bullpen. Definitely replenish that bullpen. They're going to be aggressive with that bullpen, no doubt. Soto's the ultimate goal here. He's number one priority. If Stanton leaves tomorrow, Judge will be first DH and rest other players when Judge plays CF. But yeah, then right. Thank you, D-Rod. Well, they got to the World Series when a lot of folks that thought that this was going to be a fourth place team with 74 wins. Exactly. Thank you, Ken. This is what I've been saying. I like the youth. Spencer Jones, I'd love to see him up. I think, if I had to predict, if I had to guess, I think he comes up with the Yankees once the rosters expand come next season. I want Tanner Scott. I've been saying it. Disagree with that statement. That bullpen was that bullpen was good in the postseason. You had a lot of doubts about that bullpen there, Li. I don't know where you're getting that from. Yeah, one more year. Yeah, like I said, I could see him being called up in 2025 when they expand the roster. We can have patience when our ace is 34 and our best player is 33. This is a win now team considering they. Yep. Yeah. 275 batting average, 30 home runs, 90 RBIs. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Martian. Assuming he gets the starting job in the outfield. He's probably going to get the starting job in left field. The Yankees don't get anybody. Let's see what he does in his first full season. I'm gonna hold back on predictions for Dominguez just because I got to see him play we got to see him play a season or two, and to really make me have a fair judgment on him. I'm not gonna. You got to be patient with him because he's still a prospect at this point. He'll, if he starts next year, he'll be a rookie. Obviously, he'll play his first season as a rookie. No, the Yankees aren't that far off. They aren't that far off. Yeah, because Scott is going to be costly. He's definitely going to cost you a lot of money. Santander's moderate power bat, plays defense like crap. If Soto doesn't come back, Teoscar Hernandez would make more sense. He's an actual left fielder, and the outfield could realign Judge. Yeah. You can move Judge back to right field. Dominguez plays center. Teoscar plays left. That'd be perfect. If that was to happen. That's what I was saying when the rosters expand. Yeah. Ultimately, that's what cost him Game 5 was fundamentals. Is the AL going to be as bad as last year? We'll just have to wait and see there, Mr. Coconuts. You're talking about Dominguez there, AOG? Yeah. But well, is Tucker a free agent or is he still under contract? Yeah, well, and there was a ton of injuries in 2024. Injuries were like it was insane this season. I couldn't believe the number of injuries to a lot of these teams. It was nuts. Yeah, and I'm with Li. I don't see Tucker getting traded, and I can't see it. So he'll be a free agent after the 2025 season. Indeed, they did. Orioles have a good young team. I mean, they got a lot of good players on that team. If they could just figure it out in the postseason, yeah, they're going to be scary in the postseason. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that term there, Li. I'm not a gamer personally, but yes, indeed. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and end the live stream here, folks. Thank you all for coming on as always. So definitely appreciate everybody coming on. I know I know this is kind of like a boring time of the year when it comes to baseball, right? There's no baseball going on right now, so it's the off season. There's going to be all these speculations and reports. So, let's see what happens during the winter meetings, which will be next month. I forget the dates. I don't have the dates off the top of my head. So let's see what teams do. Let's see if teams make any signings. There's been a lot of speculation already, right? Not just to Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, or Corbin Burns. I mean, even Willie Adames. There's several teams that are interested in him. The Giants, Blue Jays apparently are interested in him. So let's see what happens. And yeah, there is no indication. I don't see Tommy John decreasing anytime soon either. Next season, probably not. Yeah, so ultimately, whichever team has good, has the least amount of injuries when it comes to pitching, that's probably who's going to succeed. So, but anyhow, do appreciate everybody jumping on. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. I would greatly appreciate that. Enjoy your Sunday, people. Enjoy your Sunday. Make the best of the rest of this weekend, whatever's left of it. And if news comes out, I'll either put out a YouTube short or go live. But again, I will be live on Wednesday. And shout out to Nathan and his team for setting up the interview for me. They got Danny Espinoza coming on the show. So Danny Espinoza will be on Wednesday at noon. All right. So make sure y'all hit that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, share this channel out with everyone you know, folks. And I'll see you all next time.